details tonight in the case of a veteran shot by Chattanooga police officers nearly 1 year ago. His family is now suing the city and those officers. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kim Chapman-Whitfield.
And I'm Joshua. The medical examiner's report we obtained shows 2 officers shot Roberto Zayas nearly a dozen times. Lawsuit says Zayas and his sister were at a restaurant near the Food City on East Brainerd Road. The complaint says Zayas began to have an acute mental health crisis connected to his PTSD. Zayas began to hurt himself, and the situation escalated, and the lawsuit says police shot and killed him.
That medical examiner's report also reveals Zayas had traces of recreational drugs in his system. News Channel 9's Ray Collado spoke with a veteran about what can trigger a mental health episode and what can make those episodes worse.
A wrongful death federal lawsuit has been filed against the city of Chattanooga a year after Roberto Zayas' death here on East Brainerd Road. Now, the suit describes what happened as a mental health crisis with a tragic ending.
We live in certain events like the 4th of July, the firecrackers, smell, seeing things, nightmares. You know, we live in an event that's happened and bringing you back to it.
This is the obituary of Roberto Zayas. According to the lawsuit, the military veteran had a history of PTSD and was experiencing a mental health crisis, stating that he heard voices. And while he was in this Waffle House, Zayas grabbed a steak knife and began cutting himself, later fleeing into the woods. A veteran care counselor, Michael Keys, says, in cases where a veteran is having a mental health episode, calm communication is key.
Bring him back to the immediate facility and environment he's at. That's the first thing. You know, try to coach him through it.
According to the autopsy report, officers told Zayas several times to drop his knife when they confronted him here on East Brainerd Road. The report goes on to say Zayas instead approached them with a knife in hand, leading Sergeant Lewis Davis and Officer Dylan Johnson to shoot him a total of 11 times. However, the lawsuit argues Zayas only ever attempted to harm himself, and officers made no attempt to de-escalate the situation.
He's a combat veteran. You want to try to bring him at ease. Let him know, look around, that he's safe.
Toxicology tests on Zayas' urine and blood came back positive for methamphetamine, THC, hydrocodone, and hydromorphone. Key says, while self-medication in the short run may make veterans with PTSD feel safe, it always ends badly.
You know, you get that euphoria of, okay, I'm away from it. This is to help me, put me in a safe environment. And it's like I say, you may gain that feeling, but at the end, it's a lot of pain.
In Chattanooga, Ray Collado, News Channel 9.
And in their lawsuit, Zayas' family asked for $1 million in damages, attorney's fees, and a jury trial. The Chattanooga Police Department says they are aware of the lawsuit. However, they cannot comment on an active legal matter at this time.